In this video, we're going to take a look at publishing. Publishing is a great tool whenever you have to print 2 or more drawings. So publishing would work best if you've got 10, 20, or 400 drawings, right? It doesn't matter. The key to publishing then is going to be this. When you publish, you're going to make a list of layouts. Now those layouts could belong to one drawing or multiple drawings. Those layouts can be the same size or different sizes. In our case right now, we have 2 layouts, both C size. So the key here is to make sure you pre-make all of the page setups that would be applied to all of the layouts that you would be printing, or in this case, publishing. So, quick review here. If I take a look at my page setup manager for each of the sheets, you can check what the current page setup is. So if you look at A1 and I look at the page setup manager there, you can see what the current page setup is. Now, when you do publishing, you can actually use any existing or defined page setup. This is how you can create multiple output for each layout. So let's say you wanted to make a digital archive at the same time that you wanted to make a hard copy. Well, then you would show your layouts twice in your list, one with one page setup and the other with the other page setup. So here's what we're going to do. Take a look at File and then look at Publish. When you do that, you'll see a dialog box like this show up, and what you'll see automatically is the list populated. The list populated with all of the model and layout tabs of the current drawing. Okay? Now, what you'll need to do first is get rid of anything you don't want to print. So just use Control and left click to select and use Delete, or you can use Remove Sheets. Same thing. Next is take a look at the page setups. You can see here by default we have PDF Arch C, right? So it's already assigned, but at any time I can go back and change it, right? Just as long as the page setup is defined in one of the drawings that you're going to collect for printing. Now, since we're doing PDF, we're not sending this to an actual plotter. We're going to save these files. We have to do one more thing here. We have to take a look at the publish options. What you do here is you define the destination, the target save location for these files. So if I click here, first thing is take a look at location. When you're there, you may not be able to see it clearly, but there's a little button right there to the right. You click on it, you can change the location for the saving of your files. So notice here, right? I'm in my project folder, and I have a PDF folder already there. This is the location to where I'm going to save. Imagine this, because as you develop a project, you may have different stages of review. So having a published folder is going to be great, because that way you can keep record drawing sets, right? This is the only way that you'll show proof of contract, right? If you make multiple and you don't overwrite, but you show a record of your production. This is the folder that I'm going to select. You can confirm that here, and now you can decide, do I want each sheet to be a separate PDF file, or do I want a single PDF file with multiple sheets? Now, since I want a single file with multiple sheets, I'm going to use multi-sheet file. If you use single sheet, what that means is each layout is its own independent PDF file. Okay? Now, those are the only things that you have to adjust. Okay? Now, the only other thing that you want to review is how many copies. So this would matter if you were doing a hard copy. Okay? And now that you've done all of these steps, right? And if this was a project that, again, would be in development and that you would have or anticipate regular review, this is where you might want to save the list, right? Save the list of the drawings that you've collected. That way you don't have to do this every time you want to publish. All you have to do is open a list. What you could do here is simply save, right? Now obviously what we have to do is save our drawings before we can save the list. So I'm just going to proceed with the publishing right now. But the step that would follow here is we would simply give a name to the list of this published set, and we could save it with our project folder, and then that way the next time we come to publish, all we'll have to do is open that list. Now I didn't save my file before I started, so this is why we can't do it. But as we proceed now, this is the last thing we need to do before we publish. Now, when you publish, you should look down here in the bottom right hand corner of your status bar so you can see the status of your publishing. It'll let you know when the prints have been made. Also, you'll notice here I have this checked, publish in the background. That's fine. You can continue working without having to wait for the publishing to finish. So, once you've checked everything, we can go ahead and hit publish. And you can see it's prompting me, do I want to save the list? I'm just going to say no because I know we can't. We haven't saved our file yet. And then you'll see the publishing occur. You'll notice this window will go away. You'll get this message, right? Your job is publishing in the background. And you should see down here in the bottom right hand corner, right? Let's close. You can see right here, publish job in progress. If you double click on it, you could get a summary window, right? Right now there's nothing ready because it's still going. All right. And if I switch over to my published folder, which is here, you'll notice I already have 2 in there. You can see here's the first one being created. These are my 2 sample. And then when you see the second one created, you should see a check mark here saying everything was successful. All right, and when it's finished, you'll see whether there was errors or not, and you could click on the link there, and you can see what published where. Also, when you go to your save location, right, and if you hit F5 or refresh, you should see all your drawings in there, okay? And that completes publishing.